Before we start this video, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. According to Nicolo Schira, AC Milan has rejected Manchester City's first official bid for Tijani Reinders. The Premier League champions offered around 45 to 50 million euros, but Milan deemed the offer insufficient, valuing the midfielder at 75 to 80 million euros. Meanwhile, Mateo Moreto reports that Atletico Madrid and Villarreal have been in negotiations for several days over the transfer of attacking midfielder Alex Baena. Atletico proposed a deal worth around 30 million euros plus the rights to Rodrigo Riquelme, but Villarreal consider the offer too low. Chelsea forward Christopher Nkunku could leave the club this summer. According to journalist Ben Jacobs, Bayern Munich already tried to sign the Frenchman in January and the player himself was open to a move to Munich. At the time, Chelsea valued Nkunku at no less than 60 million euros, a fee that would not only cover their initial investment but also turn a profit. Besides Bayern, Tottenham Hotspur are also showing serious interest in the forward. Brazilian club Cruzeiro has completed the permanent signing of Arsenal winger Marquinhos Oliveira, according to insider Fabrizio Romano. Marquinhos has signed a contract until 2028. The transfer fee has not been disclosed. Cruzeiro initially loaned Marquinhos in January with a buy option. According to Transfermarkt, his market value is estimated at 6 million euros. Al-Hilal is confident of signing Manchester United midfielder Bruno Fernandes, according to The Telegraph. The Saudi club has made the 30-year-old their top transfer target and hopes to complete the move before the start of the FIFA Club World Cup on June 14th. The deal could be worth between 80 to 100 million pounds, and Bruno is expected to earn a staggering 1 million pounds per week. Sunderland midfielder Joby Bellingham will not be joining Eintracht Frankfurt. The 19-year-old visited Frankfurt with his family, toured the stadium, facilities, and learned about the club's plans. However, Bellingham turned down the move, finding Borussia Dortmund, where his brother Jude began his career, a more attractive option. Ipswich Town are exploring the possibility of signing Manchester City's young striker Divin Mubama, reports insider Fabrizio Romano. Ipswich have made an inquiry about the conditions for the transfer. Manchester City are looking for around 10 million pounds for Mubama. Besides Ipswich, Lille are also seriously interested in the forward. Atletico Madrid are in talks with Real Betis over the transfer of defensive midfielder Johnny Cardoso, according to insider Nicolo Schira. Atletico have already reached a verbal agreement with the player on a contract until 2030. Tottenham Hotspur are also monitoring the situation. According to Transfermarkt, Cardoso is valued at 20 million euros. Right-back Trent Alexander-Arnold has officially joined Real Madrid. He has signed a contract until June 30th, 2031. Trent is expected to feature for Los Blancos in the upcoming FIFA Club World Cup. A Liverpool Academy product, Alexander-Arnold won 9 trophies with the Reds. Liverpool are closing in on the signing of Bayer Leverkusen attacking midfielder Florian Wirtz. According to insider Fabrizio Romano, negotiations are in the final stages. David Ornstein reports that Liverpool have already submitted an improved official offer, which could reach up to 130 million euros including bonuses. Fiorentina have officially announced the departure of head coach Raffaele Palladino by mutual agreement. The 41-year-old Italian had been in charge since last summer. Interestingly, the two parties had signed a new contract just earlier this May. According to Sky Sport journalist Florian Plettenberg, Arsenal and RB Leipzig have opened negotiations for the transfer of Leipzig forward Benjamin Sesko. The two clubs are currently discussing the structure of the potential deal. The 21-year-old Slovenian has a release clause worth over 80 million euros. Monaco are showing interest in Chelsea goalkeeper George Petrovic, who is currently on loan at Strasbourg. According to Get Football News France via L'Equipe, the 25-year-old Serbian is one of Monaco's key targets for the summer window. However, a major obstacle could be Chelsea's asking price of 25 million euros. Atalanta goalkeeper Rui Patricio is set to sign a short-term deal with Al Ain, reports insider Fabrizio Romano. The 37-year-old Portuguese veteran will reportedly join the club for the duration of the FIFA Club World Cup, which will be held in the United States. Patricio's contract with Atalanta expires on June 30th. Liverpool have officially announced that they have reached an agreement to sign Bayer Leverkusen right wing-back Jeremy Frimpong. The 24-year-old Netherlands international has signed a long-term contract with earlier reports suggesting a 5-year deal. The transfer fee is believed to be around 35 million euros. Al-Hilal are in contact with AC Milan left-back Theo Hernandez, reports insider Fabrizio Romano. The 27-year-old Frenchman is said to be a top transfer target for the Saudi club. However, there has been no contact between the clubs yet, as Al-Hilal are currently waiting for the player's decision. Pisa, newly promoted to Serie A, are searching for a potential replacement for head coach Filippo Inzaghi, who might leave the club. According to journalist Gianluca Di Marzio, the 51-year-old coach's future remains uncertain as he evaluates the offers on the table. Pisa are actively looking for possible successors. Fenerbahce have announced the departure of striker Edin Dzeko. Both parties have agreed not to extend the Bosnian forward's contract, which runs until June 30th. The 39-year-old joined the Turkish club in the summer of 2023. Athletic Club have announced a contract extension with defensive midfielder Michael Jorigazar. The new deal will keep the 21-year-old Spaniard at the club until June 2031, extending his previous contract, which was set to expire in 2027. Notably, the new contract does not include a release clause. Al Nassr striker Cristiano Ronaldo will remain at the club, reports journalist Santi Auna from Foot Mercato. Both parties have reached a full agreement and signed a new contract. The 40-year-old Portuguese star has been with Al Nassr since January 2023. Negotiations between Atalanta and central midfielder Mario Pasalic over a contract extension are in the final stages, according to insider Nicolo Schira. The new contract will run until 2027, with an option for an additional year. Pasalic's current deal expires on June 30th. AC Milan have announced the appointment of Massimiliano Allegri as the club's new head coach, replacing Sergio Conceição, who was dismissed earlier. Allegri began his Serie A coaching career with Cagliari in 2008. He first took charge of Milan in 2010, leading the club to a Serie A title in his debut season and winning the Italian Super Cup the following year. His most successful period came with Juventus, where he secured 5 Serie A titles, 5 Coppa Italia trophies, and 2 Supercoppa Italiana wins. Tottenham Hotspur have exercised their option to buy central defender Kevin Danso from Lens after initially bringing him in on loan during the winter. According to preliminary information, the North London club paid €25 million for the 26-year-old Austrian. Ajax have announced the appointment of John Heitinga as the club's new head coach. The two sides have agreed on a 2-year contract. Heitinga replaces Francesco Farioli, who left his position after being dismissed. Bayer Leverkusen have submitted an offer of €9 million to Brentford for goalkeeper Mark Flecken, according to The Athletic. However, the English club rejected the bid, reportedly valuing the 31-year-old Dutchman at around €13 million. Manchester City right-back Kyle Walker, who has spent the second half of the season on loan at AC Milan, will return to England this summer. Insider Fabrizio Romano reports that Milan have decided not to activate the buy option for the 35-year-old. Walker will not travel with City to the FIFA Club World Cup in the USA and is expected to leave the club again this summer. Manchester United left winger Alejandro Garnacho could leave the club during the summer transfer window, reports insider Nicolo Schira. The 20-year-old Argentine is attracting interest from an unnamed Saudi club. Fenerbahce have announced the departure of left midfielder Dusan Tadic. Both parties have agreed not to extend his contract, which runs until June 30th. Tadic joined the Turkish club as a free agent in the summer of 2023. Juventus are looking to appoint a new head coach before the start of the FIFA Club World Cup, reports insider Nicolo Schira. According to the source, the Turin club is considering Fulham manager Marco Silva as a strong candidate. Real Betis are keen to keep right winger Antony, according to Marca. The Brazilian was loaned from Manchester United in January without a buy option. Betis are hoping to retain the 25-year-old for at least another season. Club representatives are set to meet next week to discuss possible solutions. One option is to extend the loan, but that seems unlikely as Manchester United are eager to recoup part of their massive investment in Antony, especially after missing out on European competitions next season, which has significantly impacted their revenues. Al-Hilal are still pushing to sign Napoli striker Victor Osimhen, who spent the season on loan at Galatasaray, reports insider Nicolo Schira. According to the source, the Saudi club is trying to convince the 26-year-old Nigerian, who is expected to leave Napoli in the upcoming transfer window. According to Sky Sport journalist Florian Plettenberg, Club Brugge midfielder Ardon Jashari is attracting interest from Borussia Dortmund and Manchester City. The 22-year-old Swiss is seen by Dortmund as an alternative to Sunderland's Joe Bellingham. However, a €25 to €30 million offer is unlikely to be enough to secure his signing. Barcelona midfielder Frenkie de Jong is in talks with the club over a contract extension, reports insider Nicolo Schira. The two parties are close to agreeing on a new deal that would run until the summer of 2029. De Jong's current contract expires in June 2026. According to Sky Sport journalist Florian Plettenberg, Bayern Munich are continuing talks to extend the contract of left winger Leroy Sané. His current deal expires in June. A positive meeting has already taken place between the 29-year-old's agent Pini Zahavi and Bayern's sporting director Max Eberl. Bayern are keen to renew Sané's contract, with a final decision on his future expected in the coming days. Fiorentina are working to extend the contract of their right-back Dodo, reports insider Nicolo Schira. The new deal would run until 2030, while his current contract is set to expire in June 2027. The 26-year-old Brazilian is expected to give his response to the club soon. Fiorentina have also extended the contract of goalkeeper David De Gea. The new deal for the 34-year-old Spaniard runs until June 30th, 2028. De Gea joined Fiorentina in August 2024 as a free agent. Fulham are showing interest in PSV Eindhoven striker Ricardo Pepi, reports Mike McGrath. The 22-year-old American has been sidelined since January due to a knee injury, but is expected to return for the next season. Plymouth Argyle have announced the departure of head coach Miran Muslik. The English club stated on its official website that the 42-year-old Austrian will continue his career at Schalke. Muslik took over Plymouth in January 2025 and managed the team in 23 matches across all competitions. According to DAZN commentator Orazio Accomando, Juventus have entered the race to appoint Atalanta head coach Gian Piero Gasperini. However, Roma are reportedly well ahead after a positive meeting with the coach. Former Manchester City midfielder Kevin De Bruyne is set to become a Napoli player, reports journalist Gianluca Di Marzio. The free transfer deal is almost finalized. The exchange of documents with the player's lawyers is expected soon, after which he will undergo a medical. The medical could take place as early as June 2nd or after Belgium's national team matches on June 6th and 9th.